Hello, everybody. My name is Mike Aaron. I'm joined by my good friend Max Lippmann.
Yeah, I'm
Hello.
Max. Hello.
And we're about to discuss some philosophy. Max, you want to say a little bit about yourself?
I'm a student at Roslyn High School. Um, I'm 17, soon to be 18. I like to do I like math. I like I like jujitsu. I like a lot of things. I don't know, I like going on Google Earth. I don't know, I just like a lot of things.
Yeah, I always see you go on Google Earth in our math class. This guy doesn't pay attention at all.
Well, I used to go on Google Earth until Mr. Lee took away all of my entertainment.
Yeah, it's actually like a big problem. Like, I don't know. I feel like most people don't realize this who aren't in school, but like the amount of distraction. Like, our school recently banned, phones. Like, if you have a phone out, they'll just, like, take it away, and a
Mhm.
parent has to pick it up. What
Yeah.
do you think about the phone ban?
So, I mean, honestly, I think at the surface level, I don't really think it's bad, but what I think it kind of does is I get it is kind of bad. It's unfair, and the reason I say it's unfair is because all the people with like Macs and whatnot and all those sorts of things, like the phone ban doesn't affect them because they can just do whatever. But like all the people who like still only have Chromebooks, like they can't go on all the like entertainment websites, so you're kind of just able to like the whole point of the restriction just with having money, which is kind of sad. Um, what else? I mean, I get why they're doing it is to try and have socialization, but it's kind of impossible to enforce. I mean, it's like it's genuinely impossible to enforce because you're not gonna like the teachers aren't babysitters. They're people who are supposed to just teach you the lesson. Like, I don't know, if you don't want to learn it, like you don't have to learn it. I mean, I that's not the point, but like you're 17 years old, like, or between the ages of 14 and 18. Like, if you don't want to learn a lesson, like, you're not going to learn it. I don't know. It just seems like, and then they're taking them away in places that like they don't really need to be taking them away. Like, if you're using it like in the cafeteria to like check like a math problem, like Stuber's going to just run in and just rip your phone out of your hand, as opposed to like if you're like actually distracted during class, like they're not going to do anything about it because not going to just pop into the classroom and be like, hey, I see you're on your phone and like the teacher isn't going to enforce it.
Yeah, no, you're right, but I mean, at the same time, like, there has been a net reduction in the amount of phones, like, out,
Mhm.
and that is a net reduction in, like, number of distractions. I mean, you're right that people
No,
can bypass it, but,
no,
like,
yeah,
I feel like just the fact that what is sad is that they're like, what the reason they're doing it is to get us to socialize,
mhm,
like, I feel like that's just so dystopian, like, "Go
yeah,
socialize," like, they're begging us to, like,
yeah,
talk to people, and I don't know, I know you are, like, a pretty social guy, I'm a incredibly social person,
yeah, you
um
are.
um, like, possibly to my detriment, social anxiety is afraid of me.
Yes, that's
I've
very
been
true.
told. And so, like, I just think it's sad, and we have, like, a big loneliness problem in this country. I don't know, what do you think about that? Like, why are people so afraid to socialize?
Um, that's a good question. I think it kind of starts. Um, when does it start? I think it kind of starts after preschool because I remember in preschool I would speak to anyone, but then I remember once I got into like kindergarten, it sort of segregates based on like where you live and like who your parents are. Because I remember like I didn't live in country estates, and like I knew a lot of people who lived in country estates, and all their parents were friends with were friends with each other, and they all had their kids be friends with each other, and then that was sort of started the like the groups in elementary school and then in middle school and beyond. And I mean, now in high school, because, we're seniors, we're approaching going into college where everything sort of resets. People are starting to talk to each other more. But it's like, I don't know. I just feel like people, they make friends and then they're like comfortable with the friends they have. And then they don't go outside of that. So then the people who don't have that many friends, like, don't have that many people who are willing to be friends with them. And it's kinda just I don't know, it's just kinda sad because it's just like you're locked in with not locked in, but like and of course, so many things change. Like, I have so many new friends, but I feel like, if everyone were just speaking to each other and everyone had an open mind, it'd be way easier to make new friends than it is currently. I don't know.
No, you're right, like, but also I feel like okay, a couple things. One, I'm glad that, like, some of my friends, like, we kinda drifted,
Mhm,
in high school, and then we came back to being friends because that forced me to, like, make new friends.
mhm,
And so, like, maybe people go to college without the skill of knowing how to make friends because 'cause they've had the same friends since, like, elementary school.
yeah,
But I would suspect that this has always been a thing. Like, I would
mhm,
suspect that this has probably been, like, a thing, and then you learn to make new friends in college. And then but, like, what about after college? Like, why are so many like, I think it's the World Health Organization, maybe the
mhm.
CDC, declared loneliness to be it was the CDC, declared loneliness to be an epidemic, with 60% of, men reporting being lonely. And also, like, a lot of dudes don't know how to talk to women, and that's okay. Like, but I think it leads to problems later on. Maybe they never learn. And when I say talk to women, I mean, like, a lot of them, like, have never been friends with a girl. How do we get past this? Like, what do we do?
You're saying how do we get past the fact that there are, like, a lot of people who are good at one thing and not good at the other thing? Like,
Yeah,
or
but, like, I mean, not even that, like, just I think part of it is, like, women at an early age are taught to be emotionally literate.
mhm,
And, like, it's kind of like, after a certain point, for men, it becomes a little bit weird to, like, be emotionally intelligent for a lot of guys
mhm,
because of society.
yeah,
And so, like, guys never learn that, like, emotional intelligence for the most part, with some exceptions.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah, I do agree with that. I mean, yeah, let me think about why that is. I mean, yeah, I think it's kinda just I don't know, it's just ingrained. I think most people, like, when you're a dude and you're, like, I don't know, 9 years old, like, you're just playing sports, you're competing. I don't know, I think, I don't know, and this might just be that I'm biased, but I think, like, when you're a dude, your goal more often and maybe this is just me, but, like, when I was little, like, all I cared about was, like, winning this or, like, trying to be the best at this, like, "Oh, I wanna be the best baseball player in the school," or something. So, like, I was kinda, like, just really focused on, getting good at baseball as opposed to, like, setting myself up for learning how to talk to people later in life. And I feel like it's kind of just a bad thing that we sort of prioritize because, like, have you ever been to like a little kid baseball game or a little kid soccer game where, like, I don't know, the umpire or the ref will like make a bad call and then the parents will like they'll get ejected from the game because they have such a big freak out over like their 8-year old like doing something or over the ref making a wrong call with their 8-year old playing soccer, and it's kind of just I don't know, and I think generally like when you see those clips on like Instagram or something, it generally happens at like a boys' sports game or something, and I feel like it's just I don't know, like competition is pushed over like working together and talking to people and stuff. I don't know. That's sort of just my like quick take, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I would suspect that, like, most guys, when they were little, like, aren't you're not friends with, like, the person who you tell, like, your deepest secrets to. You're friends with the guy who you, like, play basketball with.
Yeah.
And, like, I think for women, when they're younger, they're friends with the person who they tell their deepest secrets to, and, like, they learn to be emotionally literate. But, like, how do we teach, like I mean, this is the issue with these systemic problems
Yeah.
and these cultural problems.
What the problem is, just implementation is like
Yeah,
impossible.
how would you even fix that?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you have first I think the first step is getting everybody to know about it and care about it. But, like, with, like, the red pill shit,
Mhm.
like, so many people are just like, think the problem is, like, that they need to, like, become insanely ripped. And, like,
Yeah.
if you get insanely ripped, I'm sure you'll get laid, but, like, you're not gonna be able to get a relationship. And if you wanna get laid, then, like, go for it, man. Like,
Yeah.
there's no shame in that. But, like, if your goal is to get a girlfriend, you're gonna have to, talk about your feelings.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, it's true. I mean, hmm. Yeah, what could we do to this to fix this?
I also suspect that there's a group of women that like understands that like guys aren't going to talk about their emotions for the most part, and so it just kind of settles. And like
Yeah.
also like if you look at like the internet, for example, there are so many like micro communities, and I think the
Mhm.
same is true in real life.
Yeah.
The reason why there's no like I feel like Western canon of like literature, like there used to be like a book
Mhm.
set of books that everyone would read.
Mhm.
I think this guy Eric Hole talked about in his he had an article like where have all the great books gone? And they where they've gone is
Mhm.
like they haven't gone anywhere. It's just like we've been fractured into micro communities. And so everybody has
Yeah.
their own preferences, and so you need to find people within your micro community.
Yeah, honestly, that's actually a real that's one of that's a very well, that's just a very interesting thing that you said. That's
Thanks.
I've never thought about that, but that's very interesting. It's like yeah, no, that actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, now, I feel like back in the day when there was the sort of American literary canon now that you're talking about it, because everyone sort of had like, I'm not gonna say the same experiences, because like, obviously, I'm sure, like, there's still certain amounts of literary canon, like, there's, like, authors of, like, different ethnicities from different time periods, but, like, I feel like, in general, like, the famous books, they're about, like, just, like, the general American experience, which is probably a lot more similar back in I don't freaking know, 1920 as it is today. Because today, everyone can sort of I mean, like for me, like I like watching travel videos on YouTube. Like when I was younger, I would just watch this dude called Drew Binsky on YouTube. And like, I don't know, I just like learned all about these like crazy things in the world. And like you couldn't have done that like in 1920. You kind of just, you went outside, you played sports until the lights sort of came on, or sorry, the lights went off, and then you just went back inside and that was kind of your life. But now it's kind of you can learn and do all these really interesting things from a young age. And it's kind of like there's not really a shared experience anymore. There's not really like a shared American experience. So like those books that were written to relate to everyone and sort of teach lessons, like they don't really work as well anymore. So it's kind of like, yeah, like it fractures into little micro communities about like the micro communities that bring together people with certain traits and interests. And you kind of have to appeal more specifically, which is a very interesting point, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, and also like there's a lack of third spaces too, for the most part. So even
Mhm.
people who like aren't in any micro community, like they don't
Mhm.
have like anywhere like you can. There's like school or work and home, and there's no third space.
Mhm.
Versus in the past, there used to be like bowling leagues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so even though there is micro communities, they're primarily online, which is even worse
Mhm.
because now people don't even have that social infrastructure.
Mhm.
And like, okay, for example, you see like women online, so like there's a group of women who are really into nerdy guys. And
Mhm.
like to anybody who's like not Gen Z watching this, I think the way Gen Z uses the word nerd is kind of different than the way the older generations use
Yeah.
nerd. And there's two
It's
ways we
very
use it.
different.
One is like a positive thing, like, oh, he's just like a smart guy. Like smart,
Mhm.
a little bit awkward, but that's like but overall like interesting, like Michael Humer
Yeah.
is a nerd. But like
Yeah.
he's like that's not a bad thing. He's just like a
Yeah.
smart,
No.
like kind of articulate. He's a nerdy guy. And there's nothing wrong.
Mhm.
I'm a nerd. But like also like
Mhm.
sometimes when women say like, oh, I'm into like nerdy guys, they really just mean like a tall guy with glasses who likes books. And then there are women who are like into like nerds, like Mike
Yeah.
Humer. And
Yeah.
and no disrespect to Mike Humer, again, like that's not a negative
Wait,
thing
also
at
wait,
all.
really quick. Who is Mike Humor? I don't know who Mike Humor is.
He's a philosopher who is on my podcast,
Okay.
and
Oh
he's
God,
just
I
like
need
a
to watch
nerd.
more of your podcast then.
Yeah, you
Okay,
should.
I watched the Aronson one. That one I watched. I watched the Dennis one. I watched the Ben one. I watched some of the earlier ones. Oh, I watched that one about wrestling too. Those ones are interesting. I have to stay up more up to date though. But
Yeah, you
yeah,
should.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get my ball knowledge up. Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Elite ball. You gotta get your
yeah,
philosophy ball knowledge up.
yeah. It's
Um,
true. It's true.
yeah. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, that I guess that was it. Like, but and then, like there are girls like I feel like women, and maybe this has always been true. The spectra of guys that women are into is greatly like vast. But like
Mhm.
dating apps don't make it seem that way. Because
Mhm.
I saw this statistically on OkCupid, for example, like 20% of guys get like 80% of um like the swipes.
Mhm.
Sounds like a statistic about wealth concentration. Yo, what's my camera doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what your camera's doing. It's unfocused right now. I mean, I think it's fine. Like I can still hear you.
No.
See, from that specific angle with like the blur, it makes you look like faded. But I know you're not, but like that specific camera angle, it does.
Oh, why I would never do that.
No, you would never do that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah, I see.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Excellent.
Now you're back. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right. Now I can see. Now I can see. All right. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, I was saying just like there's a vast spectra of like things that women are attracted to, but I wonder if that's always been the case. Yo, you're glagged out. Yo, where's this guy go? Where did he go? Oh, Max, where are you? Well, you're frozen. I can't see you. No, Max, where'd you go? No. Try leaving and rejoining, maybe. Boy, I sure do crack myself up. Welcome back.
Sorry, my internet totally tripped out. That was my bad.
It's okay. I forgive you. What is it like to doom scroll? Like, if you were to explain what
To
it's
doom
like to
scroll?
yeah, what is if you were to explain it to someone who's never doom scrolled before?
Okay, yeah, that's a good. Okay, good question. It's a good question. Um, kind of just like specifically doom scrolling. Yeah, well, obviously, if you ask me about doom scrolling, it's obviously gonna be specifically doom scrolling. Um,
It
it's
feels like
it's kind of just well, first of all, you essentially never want to stop doing it. Um,
kind of
because
like doing coke. I mean, I've never done coke, but like I imagine that's what it feels like.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's no. A better example, I suppose, would be like, and this is probably just because I'm fat. This is the first thing I think about. It's like you know how
No,
when
you're
you're
not
like
fat.
watching, I'm fluffy.
You look like just like a normal guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to lose weight. It's gonna help me for my cardio for MMA. But
I
anyways,
need
so
to lose weight. I like
no, I mean I think you're fine. Like I always think it's better to lose, like not always to lose weight, but I always think it's better to get healthier. But
yeah.
I don't know. For me,
I think
it's
that's
it's
one of
sort
the
of
positives of red pill. Like
yes,
they encourage people to lose weight, and that's always good. It's always good, but it's like the motivation, you know?
yeah. The motivation is not correct. So okay, here, yeah. Basically, what I was thinking is, you know how like when you're watching TV and you're sort of and you like eating a bag of chips or something. It's sort of like it's kind of the equivalent of um like I don't know, maybe ice cream is a better example. So you have like a tub of ice cream and you're like watching TV, and you basically the first thing you're gonna say to yourself is kind of like, okay, I don't want to eat too much ice cream, right? So you start with small bites, right? And you take a couple small bites and you're like, okay, you know what? I think I can start taking a little bit bigger bites, right? But then after the bigger bites, I'm gonna stop, right? So then you start taking bigger bites and you're like, okay, I still want to take bigger bites because I'm used to those size bites now. And you kind of just and you keep telling yourself like, okay, after this I'm gonna stop, because you're from the perspective like, okay, I in the future I feel like I should have gotten my fix, but in reality, you never end up getting your fix. There's just always bigger bites of ice cream, and the ice cream bowl I suppose should be infinitely large. Um, there's always bigger bites of ice cream that you could be taking, and you can always increase your dopamine. And it's kind of just Instagram Reels is sort of, or I doom scroll on Instagram Reels. So it's kind of just it's designed to just always give you slightly bigger and bigger and bigger bites of ice cream to have you never want to stop eating the ice cream.
That's really sad.
Yeah, that's the best way. That's the best way I could describe it, I think.
Yeah, it's like those what are they? Like the sesame sticks from Trader Joe's?
Oh, Pocky, you know Pocky?
I don't know.
No, okay. No, I don't know the Sesame Sticks from Trader Joe's.
There's sticks from Trader Joe's and they have like sesame seeds on them and it
Oh
feels
yeah?
really good, but like every time you have one, you want to have another one.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those are really good.
And it's very difficult to stop.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. All right, what else? Let me think. What else is there interesting to talk about? Um,
Are people more or less authentic, do you think, nowadays?
Nowadays, good question. I think behind, I think in certain circumstances they're more, and in certain circumstances they're less. And I think nowadays that's sort of the answer to every single question possible with like a general personality trait. Because I think technology increases extremes. And because it gives you so many more opportunities, and like you can you can make the most out of those many opportunities by not being authentic, but then you could also make the most out of those opportunities by being authentic. So there's sort of just more choices. So like, if I were to join like a Google Earth subreddit, right? I go on Google Earth for like, well, I used to, I mean, I still do it a lot, but I got this brick thing that makes me stop using my phone as much. Oh,
What do you mean
wait, are
brick
you raising your
thing?
hand? Oh,
No,
this
I was
thing.
just like,
It's great. So what this thing does is you scan it on your phone, and it just blocks apps. And it sounds kind of stupid, but like it works because you like don't want to like make it disappointed, because it's like, I don't know. It's like it's a mental thing where it's kind of, you don't want to break the streak of you. Like you don't want to have to go upstairs and be like, I'm gonna go on my sad march and I'm gonna unbrick my phone because I want to watch YouTube because I fell a victim to my dopamine. Like, no, I'm gonna power through
yeah.
this. So it sort of lets you get off your phone pretty
You
well.
should
So
put it like in like somewhere really weird.
I
Like
see.
you like so you have to like,
This is my clever
mhm.
idea for where to put it. I have a table, and it's a metal table, and the brick is magnetic. So I stick the brick on the metal table and I have to pull it pretty hard to get it off the table. So it's like a little bit of a it's like a psychological trick that I use where I'm like, I'm gonna have to use effort to freaking unblock my phone, which I don't even
I
want
would
to do.
like
But
hide it in like a public area, like really well. That
actually,
way
now
I
that I
have to
think of
draw.
that, I could stick it under my table because
Mm.
the underside is also magnetic. So I could just stick it under my table, and then anytime I'm gonna have to get it, I have to think, okay, it's under my table, which is also magnetic. So I'm gonna pull it off the bottom of my table, which
All the way down and
yeah,
like
yeah, it's like the biggest walk of shame possible.
I would put it somewhere I need to drive to.
That's not a bad. I could put it in my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not
I
a
should
bad
put it in
idea.
my grandparents. Imma get one of those.
You should. It's actually very helpful. It's more helpful than you would think, honestly.
The
Uh,
thing is, and what's so annoying is like there's so much stuff I want to do. There's so much stuff I want to do.
mhm.
I hate my phone so much.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
But like
Like
I want to read and I want to
it's
write and I want to record more episodes, but like
you also just
I
want to doom
also
scroll
want to
sometimes.
doom scroll.
Yep. Everyone wants to doom scroll. And it's sort of funny. Here, I'll get back to the to like the polarization question that you were talking about in a second. I had a point now that I might have forgotten what the point I was going to say was. Like in the future, you want to have accomplished all sorts of these things, but it's so hard to just in the moment be like, they're not going to accomplish themselves. Like I have to do them. And like, I don't know. I was talking to my mom about some stuff, and again, I don't know, this is just from our experience, but she was sort of saying like some people who say that they're like not going to work out, and again, this is definitely not always the case, but like people say like, oh, I don't really have time to work out. It's because a lot of the times they don't like prioritize it as much as they could, because
Mm.
like, oh, actually, sorry, now I remember the main point of what I was going to say, but I'll go off this tangent, then I'll go back. So like when people they don't prioritize things enough. So like if I really wanted to work out, I would make time to work out. But like, I don't know, it's sacrificing some things for other things, and you just don't find the other thing valuable enough to go sacrifice it.
The
I don't
issue
know.
in my case is I'm not sacrificing anything. Like I want
Yeah,
to work out. I'm not making excuses. I'm just
yeah,
choosing not to.
yeah,
And I'm not gonna like bullshit myself and be like, oh, I don't have time. I do have time. I'm not doing any work. It's the second semester of my senior year. I have not done like a sheet of homework like like all
yeah,
semester.
yeah,
And it's like, I mean, my grades are like fine. Um, but I'm just choosing not to. I'm making dumb choices. And I want to make
yeah.
less dumb choices. And I'm aware that I'm making dumb choices, but it's so difficult. Just like converting that desire into
Mhm.
action. Like
You
the
know,
motivation energy is so
mhm,
high.
yeah. I was thinking recently about how to stop um doing something that you know is bad, but you constantly just want to do it. So like doom scrolling or like eating a lot of food or like I don't even know what's another thing. Like I don't know, just like other things. I don't know. Say you love shopping, right? And like all you want to do is just shop and spend like $7,000 on like new clothes every other week. And it's
Mhm.
kind of just when you do that for such a long period of time, like it sort of just becomes a part of your life. And you're kind of just like, well, if I don't have this, like there's just a part of my life that's empty. You know what I mean? So it's you sort of have to just fill that part of your life with with more fulfilling, but like less enjoyable in the moment things, and then your life won't feel as empty. That's maybe the advice I would say. Cause like for example, if you stop doom scrolling, right? You're just gonna like for the first day you do it. I mean, I don't know, maybe you're just remarkably productive and you know exactly what you want to do, but you just can't get away from doom scrolling. And say you magically stop doom scrolling one day,
That's
right?
my exact issue.
Yeah.
Literally, I am
Yeah.
incredibly productive. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? One sec.
Yeah. Oh no, he's gonna like do his math homework now. Shredding? Are
I
you
have
shredding your
this.
phone?
No, I have
I
this
thought that was a shredder. Oh, that's good.
lockbox, and it like you can't open it no matter what. Like there's a
Mhm.
setting where you can open it if you have like a code.
Yeah,
There's a setting you can't open it no matter what. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in for like a long period of time. How long should I
do
put it
that.
in for?
Times
I'll put it in for a
it's
month. No, that's too
a
long.
month. No, don't do a month.
No, it's
Do until how long would you say it's gonna take for you to do all the things that you want to do today?
infinitely many times. Like that's
Okay,
just 20. There's
infinitely many
only
times. All right, let's
there's only
start at like
24 hours in a day. I want
all
to do
right.
a lot of shit.
Yeah, yeah, let's start. All right, let's start at 4 hours. Just put it in there for 4 hours.
Uh,
That'll
Double it. I'll make it 8.
eight. Okay, well you're gonna have to get it out at no, eight's fine. That's 11:50. That's
All
10.
right.
Are we gonna lock it?
Wait, it's counting me down. It's edging
Oh,
me.
oh my god, that's actually so mean. Why would it? They should just do it from the start. It's like not gonna lie. Like if I was getting like firing squad executed, I do not want a 10. I do not want a 10 second.
Yeah, like, you know,
Just
there's
do
this
it.
woman who had like
Yeah.
this disease where her organs were mirrored, and so they tried shooting her
Yeah.
in her heart, but because her organs were mirrored, they missed it, and she was just in agony for like an hour.
Oh my god, that is horrible. That's really bad.
I don't know why
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
smiling. It's like not funny.
Yeah, now I don't know. Oh, your smile infected me. Uh,
Anyways,
uh, so yeah, but I don't know that is sort of a thing. Like for me, a lot of times, like when I'm doom scrolling, I'm like, when you doom scroll, it gives you like a good feeling because like all the things that you enjoy thinking about, it's just flooding your brain with that, right? It like brings you to a different state of mind than you were before, right? Like after you're done doom scrolling. For me, I don't know. I really like traveling, so it sort of gets me like thinking like, wow, our world is so big. There's so many interesting things we can explore, right? So it sort of gets me into that state of mind. But like then when I don't doom scroll, I'm just like, I'm just like, I'm in my room. It's kind of depressing. I'm just in my house the whole day.
it's
It's it, it
important. It's important to be bored. I enjoy being
no,
bored.
no, 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 no. I know that. That's what I'm saying. But it like makes your life feel really empty, which sucks. But you just kind of have to get used to it and then sort of just think like, okay, yeah, I'm used to this. I'm fine with this. My life isn't empty. I could do a billion things right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe you'll even get to the point where like addicted to being productive. I feel like it's sort of just when you're not doing a thing that you're addicted to, your life just feels so empty because it's basically a part of your life. So just try and make it not empty. Do other things,
Something
distract
I
yourself.
notice is like you need something to ground you. And like it
Hmm.
could be as simple as like, for example, this summer I was at the summer program, and every morning I would go to the bagel shop in the morning,
Yes. Okay.
every
Yeah.
morning, and
Hmm.
it sounds so stupid, and I wouldn't even always order a bagel.
Hmm.
I just sit there, but just going there like gave me something to do, and in your head, like the thing is, we're really bad at knowing what makes us happy. Like in your head, you
Hmm.
imagine that, and it's like, oh, like that won't make me happy. That won't really do it. For
Yeah.
some reason, just that act of like doing something every morning gave like your
Hmm.
day like a grounding, like
Hmm.
structure. And I think having things like that throughout your day, other than just doing shit, gives your life like a shape.
Hmm. No, I know, Mike. I know exactly what you're talking about. See, again, like this sort of comes back to my I like traveling stuff. So I like doing like random things sometimes. So, the reason why I was 20 minutes late to this podcast, do you know? I told you I was at IKEA, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why I was at IKEA?
Probably to get some furniture. That's what
No,
they sell there. What?
no, actually, they sell one other thing.
Bells?
Yes, I was in Sweden 2 years ago, right? And I
Mhm.
really like exploring, and I was like, huh, I want to remind myself of being, I don't know, wherever. I want to remind myself of being in Scandinavia. Freaking went to the IKEA food court and I got some food, and there was really bad traffic. That's why I ended up being 20 minutes late. But I went and it was sort of just like, wow. I mean, it was 2:30 when I did it, so I probably could have started earlier, but I woke up kind of late today. But sort of just kicked my day off. Got me
Yeah.
feeling good. Got me feeling like, wow, I did something pretty cool today. I don't have to
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know.
I wanna start going to the gym.
Yeah, that's also going. See, my MMA gym, that's like my third space. I freaking love doing that. So
How
it's
often do you go?
3 or 4 times a week. Um,
Which one is it, like, expensive? Like, which one is it?
it's kind of expensive. It's like $200 a month. But I go like, but to be fair, I go like 15 times a month. So it's like, or no, wait, no, I go, yeah, I'd say 50 times a month. Oh, and it's like you get classes every time, so it's like $12 a class. So it ends up not being too bad. Um, $13 a class for all the people who like dividing. I don't know. It's
12.50.
sort of what up?
12.50.
Wait, no, 1333. Wait, 15 divided by 200. Wait,
No,
yeah.
200 divided by 15. I just know it's
Oh,
less than
sorry.
20.
Yeah, 13. Is that 13? You know what? I'm getting away from the point. I don't know. It gives you something else to do, somewhere else to go. Something you feel accomplished. Actually, I had a little Ferris Bueller's day off, because the assembly they have classes. They only have one like midday class, and it's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And the assembly for the classroom classes, I definitely should have done this. We had a sub in physics and we had physics for 6 and 7, and the assembly was between 6 and 7. So yeah, no, don't do it, man. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. So like now I'm in the middle of a story. So like now I'm in the middle of the story. So like now that I'm like in the middle of it, like they're gonna have to see that if they want to see the story. You know what I mean? It brings back a lot of bad memories. No, I'm just kidding. So so yeah, so it was like the class starts at 12 and goes to 1, and it's in Garden City, so it's like 15 minutes away. So it was like 12:30, and I'm sorry, 11:30, and I was like, wait a minute, I know what I could do right now. So I just left physics and I went to go to a kickboxing class, and I went to the kickboxing class. I went home, I showered, then I came back to school, and I made it back for eighth period. It was so fun. It was like so awesome.
During X period, during the free period during the assembly, basically, I
Yeah,
just like left and I went to my car and
that's fun.
I listened to music
No,
and
the other random thing I
and I
did was
thought about like the fact that I'm gonna die, and that was it.
no. See, that's the randomest thing I've ever done. The second randomest thing I've ever done was fourth period. I like went into my car and I had a meeting with a college counselor.
I would
That
say
was like earlier in the year.
top three randomest things I've ever done: get a tattoo, go bald, buy all the donuts at Dunkin' Donuts. Um, here's the tattoo. It's a math tattoo
Yeah, oh,
for
I know
those
the
who haven't
tattoo, Mike. Yeah,
seen. Yeah, no,
you're
for
gonna need
those
the
who haven't
fundamental theorem.
seen.
Yeah, you need to put the fundamental theorem of line integrals to make Mr. Lee happy.
Yeah, and then Green's theorem on my forehead.
Oh my god, on your forehead. No, you could do like the
And I'll get it
for,
in green
for
ink.
yeah, no, you should do it like for the whole thing, like on the forehead, you draw like the line outlining, and then you draw like the space, and then you have
Yeah, like
like
draw
like
like
on
an isomorphism
yeah,
between like yeah.
it's so funny. Um, yeah, I don't know.
I mean like conformal mapping like on my back.
Yeah, just nice little homeomorphism from
Uh,
one space to another space. Um, yeah, huh? Yeah, I do know ball. I
bro
dabble.
is
I dabble.
bro is the first fourth person pronoun. No,
Let me
I
think.
meant not
Wait, let
bro.
me
I
think
meant
about that for a
chat.
second.
I meant chat. Like some people when they're talking, they'll be like, "What's up, chat?" and they're talking to you and like just you, and it's
Oh,
like talking to like an invisible
yeah.
audience.
Yeah, you're right. Chat. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever hear people say like, "What's up, chat?"
You've
I
said
would
that a
say
couple
that.
times. I
Yeah.
think someone said that somewhat recently. I think JT says it.
Potate.
Yeah, I don't want to name drop, but JT I think says it. I think JT because we hear in physics a decent amount. Mr. Huang said it a couple times as well. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's actually very interesting. That's a
JT
very
is a better example of a nerd.
what? Yeah, yeah, that's true. JT's one of the other type of nerd, like but he's like chill though. Like I don't know. I love JT. Um,
Like a
yeah,
potate. And I was
Potate. Yeah,
yeah, Spanish for JT.
yeah. No, I know. I call him Juan because I know he's like he's good at Spanish, so I'll call him like Juan Tomas.
In our Spanish class, we all get nicknames,
Yeah.
and his
Oh my
was a
God.
cannibal, cannibal, because he eats through all the homework.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. I feel like I need
You know
to
what?
be in class together. I feel like that seems like somewhat an inside joke.
Do you know what mine
Is that
was?
an inside joke or no?
Technically, but now you're
Can
in
I try
on
and
it,
guess,
so
please?
yeah, sure.
All right. Wait. All right. Let me try and guess. Who? Um. How do you say Joe Rogan in Spanish? Like the podcaster? No, I'm just kidding. Because like you podcast
This is last year.
last year. Um. Hmm. Matematico. I don't know. What would it be? What was it?
UFO, because I'm
Oh.
strange.
Oh.
I'm like
Oh.
from another planet.
That's such a good one. Actually, this sort of reminds me. The best nickname I've ever heard is Abe Nam.
Hmm.
You know what his nickname is?
Yeah.
So Dury.
No, I don't know what his nickname is.
Okay, so his nickname is Dury, right?
Okay.
The
Why?
reason why Abe, then goes to Asian Abe, then goes to double A, then goes to battery, then goes to Duracell, then goes to Dury. That's how he got his name. That's the best nickname I've ever heard. That's the craziest story I've ever heard.
Yo, it's like we have like an etymology here,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, that's ridiculous. That's got to be one of the most insane like chains of things I've like ever heard in my entire like I've told that to my grandpa. I've told that to so many people, and it's just like it's just such a crazy like way that happened. Yeah, I don't know.
These nicknames, bro.
Yeah, these nicknames, man.
All
I
right,
don't know. What else is interesting? What else should we talk about?
we can end it here if you want.
No, I'll keep talking. I mean,
You
do you want to end
talking?
it? I'll keep going. Yeah.
I want to take my dog to the dog park, and I want to go. I'm gonna go to the gym. Come to the gym with me. Okay.
I can't today. Can we
No.
throw out one more topic? I just
Yeah.
want to hear
Let's
one more
do.
topic. Yeah.
You choose.
Oh, I choose. Let's think. Let's think. Let's think. Let's think. Um, how about lessons we've learned senior year?
Yes. Do you know the? Okay. So one lesson I've learned senior year, and one lesson that not internalized is like, okay, like senior year, like a lot of the shit that's happening like does not matter per se, but it
Mm-hmm.
matters in terms of like self,
Mm-hmm.
like what kind of person you want to become.
Mm-hmm. You're
And
able to.
I've
Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
and I have not been the person I want to be,
Okay.
especially with regards to work. And yeah, I mean, also like don't burn yourself out. Like I took too many hard classes, and I just was like, yeah, it just caused a lot of mental issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else? Yeah, that's like, and yeah, you have to you have to structure your life. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said before, like you can't just be doing stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, just be careful like who you surround yourself with. And yeah.
Yeah. So for me, this has been an interesting year. Honestly, when I got deferred from Cornell, that was probably like the best lesson I could have like ever gotten in my entire
Mhm.
life. Because like I remember like all kids who had gotten into like all these colleges. I remember thinking like I feel like if I worked as hard as they did, I think I could accomplish some of the things that they've accomplished. And it sort of just made me realize like, really, and this is way more true than I'd imagined. Uh Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And like I'm not saying I'm like super talented, but I'm saying like I feel like a lot of the
You
things that
are.
certain people have done, Thank you, Mike. I feel like a lot of the things that certain people could have done. I feel like if I really put my mind to it, I feel like I could have accomplished some of those things, you know. And like when I'm thinking back to a lot of like I remember when I was younger, I'd watch like the college reaction videos on YouTube, and I'd hear like their stats, and I was like, God, I mean, this seems like impossible to do. And like, but like now a lot of the people I know, like they're able to accomplish things that are sort of similar to that. And I'm kind of just like, wow, you know, everything's more in reach than I once originally thought. Like, I don't know. It's sort of this, it's another thing where I sort of realized that, actually I wrote about this in a college essay. Actually, the Michigan honors essay I wrote about this. They actually had a really good prompt. It was, write an AI essay about why Michigan is the best or like why this program is good, and then criticize the AI essay. And I sort of wrote about how this year I sort of learned that time. It's this. I mean, this should be obvious, but to me, for some reason, it wasn't. Time and in that vein, growth. It sort of comes very continuously. It's not discrete almost at all. Um, like you know, I always think like you know actually, when I started driving, this is another weird one. Like, you know, it doesn't really feel real when you start driving
Yeah.
because you're sort of just like, okay, I can drive now. Like, honestly, that's one of the most like just shocking. Like, wow, I can just do this alone. Like that.
That
That's like
is an
one of
example of a discrete, like
yeah, that's like one of the only discrete milestones. It's like it's kind of random, but like almost everything else, like I feel like even a lot of people turning 18, it's like, you know, you sort of think like, wow, they're an adult now, but there's literally no difference. And it's sort of just
yeah.
like if you want to achieve those milestones and instead of growing into the person that you want to become by those milestones, you have to just do it now. I don't know. It's sort of like you don't have to get to a milestone to do anything. There's like there really shouldn't be. It's like I used to think that there's all these barriers for me to accomplish things in the world, but in reality, there's way the world's more open than I originally thought. That's sort of the main thing I've gotten this year. It's like you could do more things than you think. I don't know, or at least than
Yeah,
I thought before. Yeah, and now
you're
it's just
right.
a matter of me locking in and doing them.
Me as well. I've
Yeah.
also realized that I forgot to say, like, yeah, like I always like I kind of like protect myself by being like, well, I'm just not gonna work hard, and
Hmm.
like that way, like if I did work hard, then I would be able to do well. Well, like that's the whole point. You're supposed to
Exactly.
work.
You know who John Jones is? He's a UFC fighter, and he's honestly like he might see this. Hopefully, he doesn't come and kill me. But he's like he's not a good person. He's like he's hit like I don't know. He's like he fakes being a good person. There's this interview clip of him like talking to this other UFC fighter, Daniel Cormier, and he was like being nice in like the interview, and then like as soon as the cameras, or at least as soon as he thought the cameras cut, he was like saying like some crazy things to him that like because he's just kind of crazy. Um and it and what he said is that basically what he'll do is before every fight that he thinks he might lose, he'll go and he'll like go on like a week-long bender. Like he'll go do cocaine, he'll go do like all this ridiculous stuff. And that's just so that in the small chance that he loses, he won't feel that he tried hard enough. Like he won't think that that guy beat him at his best. It's one of the best examples of that I've ever heard of, and it's crazy. And I feel like, I mean, I obviously didn't go on week-long cocaine benders, but I would like not study for tests and I'd be like, "Oh, you
Me
know,
too.
I did bad on this." It's a protection mechanism, and it's not
Because
good.
it
And
hurts to not do well on a test that you
mm,
studied for.
yeah, yeah, just yeah, very big protection mechanism that might work in achieving the goal of making you feel less bad, but it never works in making you a better person, like a more improved person. And it's just sort of, you know, you got to work to be a good person, but if you do work, a lot of things are open that I didn't originally think they were. That's sort of I don't know. I didn't even mean to turn this into an advice section. I was just sort of thinking like this is something I've thought about a lot this year, and it's sort of just I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting.
You're a very wise
Yeah,
guy.
thank you, Micah. You know, I think I take a lot of my grandpa. That's sort of the dude who who I like to talk to a lot, and he's sort of like this. So you know, it's kind of I like to yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. The whole
W
world is
friends
interesting.
is
FW.
is what are some like questions for people who are new to like just kind of like new to being curious about the world?
Ooh, ooh. Good one. Like that they should ask themselves, or like
Yeah.
that you should ask to them for podcasting.
Like, I don't know, I was just thinking, like, if I was, like, new to being curious about the world, like, what kind of questions would I ask?
Should you explore? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Um, so I honestly I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even say ask a question. I'd say try and do something. Because
Mm,
now the reason I say that is because whenever I'm starting, like, doing a research paper or something, right?
mhm.
Now, recently, I wrote, like, my first, like, real math research paper that I basically wrote, like, start to finish. And, when I started it, I had no freaking clue what the hell I was supposed to do. It it's kinda like, you start it, you sort it, and you think all these things like, "Oh, how can I find this out? How can I find that out?" But in reality, you sort of just when you start, you kind of figure it out. You're gonna suck at it, but then you're gonna suck less at it one day, and then you're gonna suck less at it the next day, and then you're gonna keep sucking less at it until you don't suck at it anymore. And then once you don't suck at it anymore and you're okay at it, you're gonna keep being more and more okay at it until you're eventually okay, like good at it. And I don't know, it's kind of just the amount of things you learn from putting your mind to something and doing something specific. It's honestly kind of shocking. And also another, this is sort of less philosophical. Watch YouTube videos about the world.
I
This is
agree.
yeah, like, that one's way more specific, but, like, there's a lot of people who you could watch, like Drew Binsky, if you sort of just wanna know about, like, all the countries and stuff.
Like
Y
Azarin, you
Yeah,
don't
Mike
just
Azarin, that's
subscribe?
true.
Yeah.
Watch Mike Azarin. You could watch some podcasts. Podcasts are good.
Alex
I
Connor.
yeah, there's a guy who I watch. His name is, Trip PP Peter. He's a bit intense. He's kind of crazy, but he's pretty good to watch. What else? A lot of the geopolitics videos, like Johnny Harris and stuff. I like watching Johnny Harris. Um, what else? To learn to be curious about the world. Um, I guess yeah. Like I'd say, try and learn so for me, actually, this is another good one. When I was learning like abstract algebra, right? Like, I I thought this is another thing with the milestone thing. I thought basically like, "Oh, I have to get to the milestone of college to learn this." But in reality, no, you freaking don't. You can just buy a textbook online and start learning it. You're gonna
You
suck
borrow
at yeah, oh, yeah, I forgot. I borrowed Dumb and Foot. Yeah, you kickstarted that.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I wrote one of my college essays on that. So I, Y I lose my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So, I like, it took me 3 months to do an exercise. Like, 3 months where I remember I originally started thinking like, "Oh, I mean, I feel like if I read the chapter, I should be able to do this." No. I wasn't able to do anything. I read the chapter, I, like, tried to do the first exercises, and I was like, "What God, why are these so hard? I feel like they shouldn't be that hard." And, like, I looked at the answers and, like, I literally would have never thought of these. And it took me 3 continuous months of looking at answers and reading the chapters very carefully and not being able to do any of the questions before I was able to finally do one. Because, I hadn't really had any, like, exposure to proof-based math before, but it was sort of the start of me kickstarting my journey of realizing that, like, the world is more obtainable than you think, and sort of just do things that are gonna show that to you. And
People
that's
don't
again
trust
why
their minds. People don't trust
Mhm.
their minds.
I mean, like, when you think about it, um, like, okay, so AI models, right? They're trained on I believe now this is just from Googling it a while ago. I think ChatGPT's database that it used to have all of its information and then its whole neural network, I think it was under a terabyte. Maybe it's not anymore, but, like, I don't think it's gonna be that much more than a terabyte. Even if it's 10 terabytes. I mean, I think the human brain is somewhere in the petabytes of data, and a petabyte is either 1,000 terabytes or 1,000,000 terabytes, something like that. I think it might be a
Mhm.
million terabytes. Um, and it's sort of just like, your brain's pretty crazy. Like you can do more things than you think you could do.
Yeah.
And if you sort of just work at it, you'll be able to do, yeah, you'll be able to do more things than you think you could do. I don't know. So it's a little bit of an inspiring note, but I don't know.
Yeah.
People aren't inspired enough.
Yeah, they aren't. And it's
Yeah.
sad. It's sad. It really is because people don't think that they can learn stuff, but you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with
Yeah. No.
AI and stuff. You can just like ask it like to
Yeah.
explain
It's
something to
another
you.
thing. Yeah. I saw.
Although I feel like I don't retain as much from AI when
Yeah.
I
I
ask
agree.
ChatGPT a question.
Hey, I mean, I saw sometimes I have like philosophical competition with ChatGPT where I'll just like say some random stuff and I'm like, that's a pretty well formulated argument that I probably wouldn't have thought of myself, but it answers my question in an interesting way. I don't know. Yeah. Also,
Honestly, the one thing I try to avoid using AI for.
no, actually, wait, let me think. Yeah. Why is that?
Because, like, okay, I use AI like, okay, like, when I was really into I'm not as into pure math as I used to be
Yeah.
because I feel like ChatGPT kinda ruined it for me. Like, I could just ask ChatGPT the answer to any question. And I feel like in some sense, pure math, like, it isn't really about the solution. It's not really about the proof, it's about how you got to the proof.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
like, if I have a half formulated proof, then I basically, like, done yeah, I asked ChatGPT, like, "Okay, finish this up for me."
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah. No, I agree with
I
you. I
get the
mean,
same amount of satisfaction versus philosophy, I believe it's all about I guess it's kinda similar, like, philosophy is much more, um
ended, and you can kinda
yeah.
just the conclusions don't have to be as rigorous. They can kinda just be you could just say things and, like, you can back it up, and, like, if they're
Mhm.
sufficiently backed it up, like, I think it's fine. Well, I don't know. I'm not a philosopher, so I could be wrong. I don't know. Like,
Maybe I don't know,
that's what I put together.
maybe I should change my view because
Well, the
I feel
reason
like
why
they're equally open-ended, but philosophy, I feel like I feel like with pure math, I feel like there's no point of it, but also with philosophy, I feel like there's also no point of it, but
well,
philosophy, I feel like there's more of a point to it than pure math.
yeah, well, I see pure math as sort of an exercise to be good at thinking about problems. I don't know. I mean, I used to just think, oh yeah, it's gonna be so cool. But in reality, like when you start doing pure math, and again, maybe this is because I'm not high level enough, but like when you start doing pure math and you go so far in on a topic, it's like you sort of just have this structure where you kind of just like, okay, I get what's going on. Like I don't know, like, for example, the word homeomorphism, right? You're thinking like, what the hell is a homeomorphism? A homeomorphism is if I took my phone and okay, see how the phone like doesn't really have any like holes in it, right? And I like mapped it to like, I don't know, this mouse, right? It just you just like you just like you compress the phone and you sort of
Yeah,
make it
you
look
like
like a
treat
mouse
you
in
like
like a
kinda like
yeah, in like a
Play-Doh.
continuous way, right? Like it's a super like fancy sounding word and it's a very and the definition is extremely rigorous, but that idea is sort of just like and, sort of the whole point of math is basically being able to defy this super abstract and rigorous definition into sort of a general idea, and then you can use your own, pattern recognition and, like, outside of the box thinking to, I don't know, have this idea regarding this, specific structure thing, and then you can, I don't know, transfer it into another structure. I don't know, just have this idea of something to do with it, and then you just transfer that back onto math. That's
Maybe I
sort of the
should
whole
get back into pure math.
Yeah, that's why I like pure maths. It's sort of like it tests you like doing two different things. It tests you at your decoding abilities, and then it also tests you at your problem solving and pattern recognition abilities, which I feel like it sort of checks all the boxes for being a good thinker, which is why I kind of like doing it. It works out your brain. I don't know. It's a good brain workout.
Yeah.
And then also you can do some pretty interesting things. I mean, Euler's identity is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I should start doing pure math now that my phone's locked away.
Yeah.
Now
Pull out that dummy foot.
I feel like I have a lot of motivation all
Yeah.
of a sudden,
Pull
so
I know, right? Yeah, it does. The first time I bricked my phone, I remember thinking like, wow, there's a lot of stuff I can do that I never do.
yeah. Gen Z would be so productive if not for the invention of, like, TikTok.
TikTok
Like,
ruined the whole generation.
TikTok and its consequences have been disastrous for the human race.
Yeah, I mean, senator. I'm Singaporean. No, I'm just kidding.
Huh.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Is that good to end on? Like, I don't know. Like,
Do you
was
want to
that?
end here?
I can keep going. I don't know. I mean, I'll do whatever.
I
Do
think
you
that was
like? Should we keep going? Do you want to keep going?
I'm cool either way. I wanna do, like, math, but I also wanna keep going, but I also wanna go to the gym. But I also wanna
Okay.
take my dog to the dog park.
Okay. So yeah, yeah. I guess this is good then. I don't know. I
Goodbye.
don't want to hold you. Unless there's anything like super interesting bubbling in the back of your mind,
I
like next
can't
question.
think of anything. Like, that's my issue. Like, I'm
Okay.
not like nothing's coming to mind, so
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Perfect. So yeah.
adios.